Hello, welcome to this episode of...
Whose fault is it?
It's the series where we assign blame to incidents on iRacing, and you can send your replay file to the Google Drive folder below and email me spanners@missedapex.net. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Stefan sent me this replay file in an incident involving me. So this was in a practice race for the Missed Apex podcast F3 series. Obviously, I'm going to judge that I am completely blameless, and it was definitely Stefan's fault, but you can tell me that I'm wrong in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. All right then, let's play it out. So we're going here into Cops, and we're looking at it from Danny's point of view. Let's look at it from my onboard, because I'm trying to find a way by... I've already given up a little bit of time and space into Luffield, and I've had to duck out there into the first part of the Maggots-Beckett's complex too, and I've had to let Danny through. So I've seen Danny through, and I've taken a big lift, so I'm not going to fight those guys. When Danny's coming through the pack in the reverse grids, I do tend to just let him go. He's one of the fastest drivers in the Missed Apex series. Now we come up to Stowe, and we're swarming Stefan in the yellow. We're 3 wide into Stowe, and there's contact here, and that breaks Stefan's suspension, and he has to go into the pits. Absolutely fascinating, because I say to people all the time in the Missed Apex series, look at what you're doing in lap 1. Are you responsible for there being an incident? And one of those things I say to not do is to go 3 wide on turn 1 on cold tyres. So that's precisely what I've done here. It's a practice race. I'm being aggressive. I'm trying to get through the pack. I've been behind Stefan in Luffield, into Maggots and Beckett's, and I want to make up places. So let's have a look at this situation from Stefan's point of view, because from his cockpit point of view, it's a nightmare. So let's have a look at it in real time and just see what he had to deal with here, with me and Danny swarming behind him. So he's held me off into the beginning of the complex, and that's really good racing from him. And then we go down the pit straight, and he can see Danny appearing on his left side, and there's me in the mirror on the right side. And at this point, you're thinking, what do I do? What do I do? I am in a Henny ready sandwich. Okay, so from Stefan's point of view here, it looks like, and this is how I would feel if this was me driving, it looks like Henny hits him and squeezes him on the inside, and it also looks like I then just come through and take out his front suspension. But was it more complicated than that? And of course, I want to be entirely blameless in this situation. So let's go about proving that. In fact, I think the chopper view is more handy here. And by the way, I'm not blameless here at all. There is a point I opened the steering, and the fact is I made this 3 wide. So here's me making this happily 3 wide. So look at Danny Henny's line here. From Danny's point of view, how much room has he left? I think an awful lot. The question is, has he seen that I'm also in the inside? Is he considering that? But if you look, he's leaving at least 3 cars widths there. There's at least 3 cars widths to where you could reasonably be on the track, and see if that continues to the apex, which is about there. You're going to be running all through on this inside curb. He's left at least 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 cars width. So from Danny's point of view, he feels like he's done enough. So have I done enough down the inside? Slow. I'm on the white line. Now, that's the point at which I release, and then there's contact with Stefan. And you can see on the steering wheel on the cockpit as well that that is the point that I unleash. So the gap that me and Danny leave Stefan in his sandwich is very limited. So there, he's got at least 2 car widths to play with, but it's not a lot when you're trying to go into a turn on cold tyres, which is why I try and get people to avoid this situation. He's done well to avoid Danny there, and the gap is still 2.5 so cars. So me and Danny have got the same kind of thinking, that he's the outside car, I'm the inside car. We'll just hug our lane, and then the lane opens up. But from Stefan's point of view, he's actually thinking, I just need to avoid Danny. Because if we look at his onboard at this point, I've got every sympathy in the world. As Danny comes in, He's thinking, oh, I'll just avoid it. I'll avoid it. Oh, I avoided it all the way into to that car. I'm being squeezed, and there's a car on the other side. Who do I avoid? I'll avoid that guy. In comes that car. Let's have a look at it just from my point of view as well, and just go, okay, should I have backed out of this situation? On race day, it's probably likely I would have done, but we need to see the run. I've got a hell of a run. It's hard to give that up. It really is hard to give that up. So I go, right, I'm going to slow down. I'm going to stay down the inside. I'm just going to give them the outside, but it starts to open up. There. Now I'm really fighting to stay on the line. And then I start to open up and let it go to the outside. If that was two people, yeah, I don't know. But it's a very difficult situation. And from Henny's point of view in the cockpit, I don't think he's done anything wrong here at all. Apart from maybe the awareness of there being two cars. Because he brakes, stays a long way away from the apex, and then goes all the way out wide as well. So whose fault is it? I'm going to put the blame on me a little for making it 3 wide. And that's why you want to avoid that situation on cold tyres. Let's have a look at it one more time in all its glory. I'll let you decide. Please stick in the comments there whether you agree or disagree with me being completely blameless in that situation. I'm sure I'm not. I hope you're enjoying these videos. I want to do more. Send your replay file to the Google Drive link below so we can judge.
Whose fault is it?